Yes, ma'am.
What she is doing is she is manipulating the contract.
You signed the documents. You knew now what you were buying.
The contract that I signed was trash, was garbage.
That's your problem.
No, ma'am, it's
No,
not.
I'm telling you, it's your
Oh,
problem.
my goodness.
No money at all.
And she repossessed the car.
She is lying.
You paid zero.
Everything that she is saying is not true.
Prove it to me.
Just because I can't prove it, Judge Judy, that doesn't make it.
Well, if you can't prove it, I can't hear it. Miss Junius, you sold a car to the defendant.
Yes, ma'am.
And was it a car that you were flipping? It wasn't a car?
Yes, I was selling a few cars. So it was a car I was flipping.
You were doing it to earn extra money, according to what you wrote in your complaint. So what do? You buy cars from an auction?
No, I buy it. I look on Marketplace, or I take someone with me to go check out the car. So I buy it off Marketplace, or someone in the neighborhood say they're selling their cars. I have it looked over, or sometime I'll go get it if my mechanic don't go with me. And then I get it fixed as much as I can possible, and then I sell it.
Generally, how long do you keep them?
First it goes through the shop. It's a shop that usually work on my cars, but this time my friend, because they had so many cars to fix, so they couldn't get to mine. So I do have a friend of over 20 years. He fixes my cars. So it depends on what's wrong with it.
Okay. The car that you sold to Miss Walls?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it 2005?
It was 2004, ma'am.
It's 2003, ma'am.
You have the title.
Neither one of us ever had the title, ma'am.
Neither one of you still has the title.
I got
You
the
have.
title.
May I see it, please?
Yes.
Let's find out what we're dealing with. 2004, Saturn Vue. And you bought this car on what date?
I'm not for sure.
Well, let's get close.
Maybe August.
Of what year?
23.
And you know the defendant from volunteering your time to feed the homeless. Is that what I gather from here?
I volunteer my time feeding the homeless. She met me when I was telling people that I was coming through, because when I cook food, I let the people know, to let other homeless people know to be at the spot so that they could get a hot meal. She's never volunteered.
Where did you meet her?
At the down by the homeless place.
Well, she wasn't homeless.
No, ma'am, but I asked her, I told her, she was coming out of a building. I said, ma'am, I'm finna bring food. If you want a plate, be right here in about 20 minutes or 25 minutes, and I'll be through. And I told her what car I was driving.
Okay, but then you met, but then you became friends, is
Yes,
what I
ma'am, we
gather.
did.
You became friends. And then in September, you discussed purchasing a car from her, correct? You discussed
Yes, we
purchasing a
did.
car from her.
We did.
And you set on a 2004 Saturn Vue.
No, ma'am.
Is what you ultimately agreed to buy, a 2004 Saturn Vue.
I end up getting the Saturn Vue.
Right.
But the contract that I signed, I was not supposed to buy the Saturn Vue. I was supposed to buy the Chevy. It was a Chevy Impala.
Fine, but you ultimately decided on the Saturn
Yes, ma'am.
Vue.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you're a big girl, you have a grown child. I assume this is your son?
Yes, ma'am, he is.
Do you work?
I did.
Until when?
Until I was fired.
Okay, recently.
I was fired recently. I was a bus operator.
Okay, anyway, you were buying this car from her and you set a price of $3,000.
No, ma'am. The price,
How much?
It was supposed to be $2,800 if she got it fixed, which she told me it was the front wheel alignment and the tire.
Just a second. Can I see the agreement?
There is no agreement about the
Okay.
Saturn Vue, ma'am.
I have a,
Shh.
That agreement is not for the Saturn Vue, ma'am.
Well, this is clearly your signature, madam. I've compared it.
It is.
Shh. I've compared it. It is your signature. It doesn't say, it's an auto agreement, biweekly payments. $3,000 is the full price. $130 starts in the month of October. If you miss 2 payments, the car will be repossessed. The car is sold as is.
May I explain?
Yeah, sure can.
The contract was for a Chevy Impala that ran perfectly. That contract that you have
Was for a Chevy Impala.
Was for a Chevy Impala, not the Saturn Vue.
And
the Saturn Vue that ended up in my name. I was working for Alana. I was pulling cars for her. She asked me to give her the opportunity. First, she said she wanted to wait until October. Then she said she wanted to wait until November. That's why there is no name on the car. The reason how this contract came about, when I got the Saturn Vue, she told me the only thing that was wrong with the Saturn Vue.
Don't tell me what was wrong with it. You have to understand, madam, you buy a used car, it's sold as is, and if you're going to try to tell me that you were tricked,
yes.
Stop wasting my time. You took possession of the Saturn Vue. I know you took possession of
Yes,
it because he drove it to work.
Thank you.
I understand
Just a second. So I want you to not waste my time anymore telling me that there was a bait and switch.
What I'm telling you is that when I had the Saturn Vue, I took the Saturn Vue to Walmart to get the alignment and the tire. I found out that the car was a junk car. She came to my house. Within that evening, when we did this contract, it was for the Chevy Impala because the car had needed a whole lot of work.
Let me explain something to you, Miss Walls.
This contract
What I want to explain to you is this. This case is don't raise your hand. Okay. This case is very long and it's got a lot of little tentacles. However, if what you're saying to me is you never felt as if you had bought this car because you were tricked into buying it, right? Is that, just a second, that it was never yours?
No, that's not what I'm saying, Ms.
Well, then don't waste my time with all this.
Only thing I'm saying is this contract was not about the Saturn Vue. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Fine. Let's put this away. This is dated September 21st. On September 21st, did you take possession of the Saturn? That's my question very carefully. On what date did you take possession of the Saturn?
On the 23rd.
2 days later.
Yes.
Just a second. 2 days later, okay? And when you took possession of the Saturn, the very next thing that you did with was go to the Department of Motor Vehicles.
Yes.
Both of you went to the Department of Motor Vehicles because this title to the car says that it's in your name.
Yes.
This is in your name, so you just pay attention. Okay. You have to be there for it to be in your name. You're there,
Ms. Judy.
And it says additional owners, because there was still money owed on the car, was the plaintiff. Do you see?
The title was never in her name.
It doesn't.
And what I'm trying to explain to you is when we went there, on the title, it said $100 was owed for the Saturn Vue.
I don't care what kind of scam the two of you are pulling on the tax department. I don't want you to think that I'm stupid.
No, ma'am.
You went there with her, took possession of the Saturn, went with her to motor vehicles, signed the documents which would indicate you're the owner of the Saturn, and that was done. The date issued was the 28th of September. My next question to you, Miss Walls, is on the 23rd, when you got the Saturn.
I didn't get the Saturn on the... I'm sorry, I'm confused. I made a mistake. I apologize to the court. Because the same day, I took the car to Walmart. The same day, we came back she met me at my apartment. We sat on the balcony and did this contract for the Chevy.
I don't care about the Chevy anymore.
Okay, all right.
I don't care about the Chevy anymore.
Yes, ma'am, all right.
Don't say that name.
All right. Okay.
You told me, Miss Walls,
I did tell you
that this contract was written on the 21st.
I was mistaken.
No, it was written on the 21st.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I promise you, it wasn't.
Well, show me a different document that says something other than the 21st.
My proof is that when the same day the car was bought was the same day we went to the DMV to get the tag. On the same day that we went to get the tag, that was the date of me taking ownership of the Saturn Vue, which is on the 28th. She got this.
Just a second. I could read back to you what you said before. You said it was 2 days later that you switched.
That I made a mistake.
It was 2 days later that you switched from the Impala, which I said I'd never say again, to the Vue. You said 3 days later.
No,
okay, then let's get back.
I was mistaken.
Just a second. Don't clear anything up for me. I'm going to get a timeline. Put your hand down. How did you get to the Department of Motor Vehicles?
We drove the Saturn Vue.
Okay. The two of you drove the Saturn...
On the 28th.
Yes, it was the 28th.
The day of the purchase of the Saturn Vue.
Just a second. The two of you drove the Saturn Vue on the 28th to the Department of Motor Vehicles.
And
now, don't speak. The two of you didn't drive. One of you drove, and one of you was the passenger. Who drove?
I think she drove. She drove.
No.
Okay. Where was the car parked on the 28th?
On the 28th?
Well, just a second.
Go ahead.
I can see it's slippery. Where was the car parked on the 28th?
Your Honor, can I go back a little bit, please?
No.
Okay.
I asked you where
it was parked.
No,
It was parked at her house on the 21st to the 28th, because I parked it at her house. So the 28th, it was at her house.
Did she?
Ma'am. Okay. Sorry.
Okie dokie. Stand up. You're her son. You work full time.
Yes, ma'am.
Move over there. Who do you work for?
At the time, I was working for Caterpillar,
Where are they located?
Lafayette, Indiana,
And how far was that from your mother's house?
10 minutes away.
And you were living with your mother?
Yes, ma'am.
How many times did you drive the Saturn to work? How many days?
2 weeks.
From when to when?
From
Well, let me put it to
September.
you this: when did your job end?
my job ended October 30th.
And what was the first day you drove this car to work?
October 1st.
You never drove the car to work before that?
No, ma'am, I have not.
How were you getting to work before that?
Uber, sometimes Lyft.
Now, your mother had this car at her house. Why didn't you take this car before?
Because they were rationing out their agreement upon the car. I was told that the car needed to be worked on, that way I couldn't use it because it was undrivable.
Okay, and you did, in fact, drive it on October 1st.
Yes, ma'am.
So if it was undrivable before October 1st, someone made it drivable.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and at some point, the car was taken to a mechanic.
Yes, ma'am.
That was before October 1st, because you drove the car October 1st.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Okay. And how long did the car stay in the mechanic?
It couldn't have been no more than 2 days because I drove it on October 3rd. But when I drove it to work on October 3rd.
October 1st, you drove it.
Yes,
Was
ma'am.
the first day that you said you drove the car?
Yes, ma'am. That was the first day.
Okay. September 28th was the day the car went in to get fixed, 2 days before?
I do not know.
Well, if you drove the car October 1st and it was parked in front of your mother's house and you were told you couldn't drive it until it was fixed, let's start with this. How long was it parked in front of your mother's house when you were told you couldn't drive it?
I want to say 3 days.
Okay. So on the 27th, it was there.
Yes, ma'am. I was there. I've seen it.
Okay. And now your mother goes on the 28th to the Department of Motor Vehicles. And at the Department of Motor Vehicles, you say you don't have a title because this is your flip business, whatever. They issue a new title with you as a lien holder on the car.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I want to see any proof of how much money she was paying for the car.
Oh, that's the contract, and I have...
No, that's not the contract. That's a contract for a different car.
She didn't... No, it wasn't a contract.
Well, if this is your business, madam, and I assume you brought this up,
Yes, ma'am.
then the first thing you have to write on here is what the product is.
Yes, ma'am.
You have everything here but what the product is.
I know. It was a rough draft because I thought this was my free. It was a rough draft. I worked so many
Even if
hours.
it's a rough draft, you
know.
listen, I'm selling this car, this is the amount of money, this is the payment schedule. So let's
Okay,
take...
I do have proof in text messages, she said.
That's what I want to see.
I do have proof in text messages.
Just a second, Joan. Show me a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't relate to the price of the car.
That's the contract. Well, that's not the contract. I'm sorry, that's text message.
No, the car was $3,000. How much money can you prove to me that you gave to her as a down payment? You were supposed to give her a $300 down payment, plus you were supposed to pay her $150 every month. So did you give her the $300?
In cash.
I want you to prove that to me. Show me where you took it from. She says you did not give her $300. It says, and the contract says I was supposed to give you $300 on the 2nd of October. That's you talking.
For the, okay.
And,
Sorry.
and clearly it says I was supposed to give you $300 on the 2nd of October.
But keep reading, Miss Judy.
Yes.
It was for the...
At the end of October.
But what, for what car, though?
Just a second. And the contract, don't say it, I was supposed to.
Okay.
Right now we're talking about communications you had on September 28th when you signed the documents for the other car. I don't want to hear Impala anymore. You knew now what you were buying.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I knew it, and she knew what I was buying.
Just a second.
I was buying the car that you told me not to speak of.
Oh, no. This is the car you were buying.
No, ma'am.
Well, then, I'm sorry I can't.
What she's giving you, ma'am, what she's giving you is proof of the transaction for the car that I'm not supposed to speak of. Yes, I was supposed to give her $300 a month for the car that I'm not supposed to speak of. That was supposed to be the contract.
Miss Walls, I actually have had it with you.
I understand.
I actually have had it with you because I've been to motor vehicles many times in my 81 years. And I won't confuse, and neither would you, the purchase of a four-wheel 2004 Saturn Vue, which is what you signed that you were buying on September 28th with an Impala. That's what you bought. I don't want to hear anything else about it.
What makes it difficult, Miss Judy, is because the Saturn was trash, was garbage.
That's your problem.
No, ma'am, it's not because...
I'm telling you, it's your problem.
Oh, my goodness. What she is doing is she is manipulating the contract. She is manipulating the evidence.
Oh,
That's why she didn't put the... If it was about the Saturn Vue, ma'am, it would have been on the contract. Don't you think it would have been on the contract? She do this for a living.
Do I do this for a living? No, this is what I do for a living.
No, I'm saying...
This is what I do for a living. I look at what you swore to at the Department... No, speak not. What you swore to at the Department of Motor Vehicles, that you were purchasing a Saturn, that there was a lien holder because you hadn't paid for it, and they were waiting for the delivery of the title, which now I have. This is what is registered in the state of Indiana. This is what your son was driving. He was not driving an Impala to work. He was driving... Don't speak. He was driving the Saturn to work. And how do I know that? Because she repossessed it from his place of business. You didn't say, I didn't buy a Saturn. I bought an Impala. They don't even look alike. Take this, whatever this piece of junk is.
He drove the car that I'm not supposed to speak of. That's the car that he was taking to work. The car that we're not supposed to speak about, that's the car that he was taking to work.
Just a second. You just wrote in your answer, I may be wrong, but I'm looking at your answer, and I'm looking at your communications with her on September 28th, and it says, and the contract, I was supposed to give you $300 on the 2nd of October, which I intend to hold up my end of the contract. The car is in my name. You have no legal right to take it. Your name is not even on the title. If you mess with that car, you're going to jail for grand theft auto. I have not reached the contract to put you on the contract, to put you on the title that I sold. And she says to you before that, I told you that it needed new tire, a wheel alignment, and bearings. Once again, you gave me no money down and no money at all, and you're driving around in my car. So who should be suing who?
I should be suing her because what you are reading is about the car. That's the car he drove to work. Pull him back up here and ask him, did he ever drive the Impala to work?
No. Shh. Madam, let me tell you what you wrote in your answer. Because what happened here is you wanted her to do work. Don't speak, I'm speaking. Or you took her to a mechanic, it needed some work, it needed realignment, it needed new tires, whatever, and you called her and told her that it needed this and it needed that, and she said to you, give the car back to me.
Thank you.
Chip, don't speak. She said to you, give the car back to me. And you said, I'm not giving it back to you, I've already put money in the car. Don't speak. I've already put money in the car. I put in, tires, I put in alignment, I put in $800 in the car. She said, I'll give you back that money.
Yes.
Don't speak. Don't speak. I'll give you back that money less the time that you had and drove the car. You have emails to prove that?
I have lots of
Just a second.
Yes.
I'd like to take a look at it.
Yes.
Don't speak.
Here go another one.
Don't speak. Now,
Here go another one.
sir, stand up. This is very important. You look at me. Put down the papers. Is the Saturn parked in front of your house? Look, don't look over there. Look here.
I'm looking.
That's either a yes or a no. That's not hard. Is the Saturn parked in front of your house or on the side of your house or in the driveway?
No, ma'am.
Where is it?
It is currently in I want to say junkyard, because when I drove the Saturn, it broke down on me when we finally got
Just
it back.
a second. You got it back. We're going to get to that in a second. That's another part of the lawsuit. You got it back because you were driving it. Let's get this clear. After it was registered, you were driving it to work.
Yes.
And one day you drove it to work and she repossessed the car. And the police were called.
Yes.
Police came for whatever reason. I get into that maybe later. They gave you back the car.
Yes.
Yes. And you continued to drive the car to work in October.
Yes.
October. Don't shake your head. If you shake your head, I'm just going to dismiss your case.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Do you understand? You drove the car in October. We are now in March of 2024. You drove the car to work through the end of the time you were working for this company. That's a yes or a no.
No, ma'am.
What car did you drive?
The Chevy Impala.
Where did you get the Chevy Impala from?
The day that I called, on October 3rd, I called my mother and asked her, did she come get the car for my job? She said no. And I said the car wasn't there, and I found glass on the parking lot where I parked the car.
How do you get the Impala? Is my question.
The way I got the car is because when I called my mom, she called her, and she came and got me from work in the white Impala.
The plaintiff
Yes, ma'am.
came and got you in the white Impala, and
She took me home, and I was told that they had an agreement that I could use the white Impala for a while to drive back and forth to work.
just to use.
Yes, ma'am.
And where was the Saturn?
I do not know. Where the Saturn was, I do not know.
When the police brought it back from her house after she repossessed it, where was it? This is all going to be reasonable for me.
Because the reason why I do not know is because I was not at home for a period of time. So
Where were you?
I was either going downtown or I was at some of my friends' house.
Sit down. Sit down. You're useless. You're useless.
Yes.
But it all becomes clear. Did you let him use the Impala to go to work at any time?
The first week before we even talked about the Saturn, I did, because she was supposed to be my friend. I let her borrow my Impala for a week. And then she came and talked to me because I told her that Impala is my son's car. He was 16. I said, well, you can't keep this car. You can get this one. She said, well, I'll take this one. So the Apollo, but I never was
Just
gonna
a
sell it.
second. He drove the Impala for a while to work. you
Maybe
said.
3 days. I let him borrow it
Oh.
for like 3 days. But that was
Okay.
way before
Okay.
this happened.
When did you repossess the car?
October the 3rd.
Okay. By October the 3rd, she has given you no money. Is that correct?
No money at all.
No money, and she can't
money at
prove
all.
she gave you any money. Shh.
Okay, no money at all.
No, and she can't prove she gave you any money.
No.
You repossessed the car.
I did.
After you repossessed the car, the defendant knew that you would repossess the car.
Thank you.
Don't speak.
Yes.
And she called the police and reported it stolen. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Yep. Is that correct? We have a police report. I want you to, just a second.
Part
You
of it
ca-
is.
You called the police.
Part
and you,
of it is.
Just a second. You called the police, reported the car stolen, and you said to them, I think I know who stole it.
That part is.
Yes. Well, then
That
just
part
say.
is, but
ju-
everything
ju-
that she is saying is not true.
I'm not talking about what she's saying. I'm talking about what I'm saying. Called the police and said, the car was stolen. I think I know who stole it. That's what you told the police. Forget what she says. Listen to what I'm saying. Police report. Is that what you told the police?
Yes.
Okay. And you went with the police to get the car.
Yes.
Did you tell the police that there had been a sale of the car?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you knew that the car wasn't stolen. You knew that the car was repossessed because you didn't pay any money for it. In any event, the plaintiff was arrested for felony auto
That's
theft.
not true, though. But
Can I see?
she's manipulating everything.
No.
Can I shut
What was said? She's manipulating when on the 21st. The reason why he was in the Impala because the Impala was the one that I was supposed to buy.
I don't care.
Yes, I did.
I don't
yes,
care.
indeed. I
just
did.
a second. I don't care. You're a grown
I
woman.
gave
How
her
old-
money.
You're a grown woman.
People gave her money on my behalf. She had money,
Just a-
and the car was fixed
Just a
on
second.
my behalf.
Just a second.
And I asked her for my money back.
Prove to me that people gave her money on your behalf for the sale of the Saturn. Prove it to me. Say nothing. A witness or a document that people gave her money on your behalf. Okay.
The only reason why I can't is because the person.
Where is the? I don't care why you can't. If you can't, you can't. I told you to put the papers down.
Just because I can't prove it, Judge Judy, that doesn't make it true untrue.
Well, if you can't prove it, I can't hear it. This is a courthouse.
But she's
and if you can't prove it,
everything.
Okay.
And she is lying.
Now, what did you do with the Saturn?
Thank you.
She vandalized the Saturn.
I want you to tell me what you did with the Saturn. Where
When the
is
police
it?
gave it back to me, Miss Alana vandalized the Saturn. The Saturn quit on the highway.
Madam,
I don't even live by.
She vandalized. She was at the auto zone. She followed me all that day while we were pushing the car out of the road. She followed us. She vandalized the car because she was mad because the police gave it back. She's the reason why the Saturn is not working. She is the reason. She cut the belt.
Madam, pay careful attention to me. She repossessed the car because you didn't pay for it.
No, I did.
I don't want you to answer me. You're not to answer me. Your son drove the car to work.
Every day.
Just a sec. If you interrupt again, I'm just going to rule in her favor on the whole case. Do you understand? And dismiss yours. That, you have a counterclaim. It's going to be dismissed. If you open your mouth again.
Okay.
Okay? I don't know how you feel and how in your convoluted mind you're right, but you took a vehicle, you allowed your son to use it, and he did in fact use it. I don't care if he used it for a half hour. You went to motor vehicles and you signed on as the owner. You paid $0. You were supposed to pay $3,000. What happened was there was more work that had to be done on the car than you had anticipated. And you wanted to reduce the price. It's not a new story. I had to put in so much money, and therefore I want a reduction in what we agreed on, which was $3,000. And she said, give me the car back. She did offer to give you the car back because you responded to it. You didn't give her the car back. You didn't pay her any money. She repossessed it from where he had driven it
Every day.
to work. And if you don't know where the car is now, she's entitled to her $3,000. That's so
She
far.
vandalized
Just
that
a
car.
second. I don't care if she put it in a bubblegum machine and it came out looking like Daffy Duck. You hadn't paid a penny for it.
Yes, I did.
No, don't say it. Prove it. Prove that you paid any money for the car. Even your texts don't say that you paid any money for the car.
Amen.
Okay, now let's move on to the next cause of action, because originally I was just going to throw it out, but I see that I'm dealing with somebody as thick as a wall. Can I see the police report, please, where you were arrested for grand theft?
I wasn't arrested.
Good, then you have no claim.
No, I do.
Just a second,
I'm sorry.
let me see the police report.
I'm sorry. They did come after me.
Don't speak. Okay. Police told you if you didn't return the car, they would arrest you and take you to jail for auto theft. So you returned the car.
Yes, but
That's a yes.
I did return the car.
Good.
But they did still come after me because I asked him, I said, I'd never been in jail before. So I said, call the sergeant or something because I'm not going to jail for something I didn't do.
Just a second, you returned the car.
I did, but
And you didn't go to jail.
they sent it to the prosecutor's office. They came after me.
Just a second.
for
Messy.
grand theft auto.
Just a second.
There
Just
you
a
go.
second. What happened to the case? You returned the car that day. You went into your house. Police were there. They took the car back from your house.
Right.
Okay, and you went back into your house.
Right.
And then you got something in the mail.
Yes, in January, I think.
Just
Yes,
don't
I
speak.
did. I did.
May I see that?
did. That's just the plea.
Don't
Okay,
speak.
I'm sorry.
Oh, just a second. You pled guilty.
No, I did not.
And that's what it says.
No, I didn't. Okay, but no, I have the dismissal letter because I showed her
May I
all
see
the
that?
proof. I did go before the prosecutor, and when I showed all the proof, she said that she'll rethink it, and then she dismissed everything. I didn't plead guilty to that.
Shh. Okay, so the case was closed, and the case was closed in January of 2024. Were you contacted between the time that the car was picked up at her house and January of 2024 by the police?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
I had got something in the mail. I don't remember the date, but when I got it in the mail and I saw that she was facing charges.
Now, just a second. What did you do with the document? Did it say, do you want to pursue the charges or do you want to drop the case?
I said that Miss Alana has children. She has a daughter over there in China.
Just a second.
I'm telling you what I said.
I want to know if you said you wanted to pursue the case.
I did not want to pursue the case on those marriages because she had a daughter.
I don't care. You didn't want to pursue the case.
No, I did not. I didn't want to pursue the case.
Okay. And do you have any evidence to the contrary? Is not an answer. Do you have any evidence to the contrary?
But on her countersuit,
Okay.
she sent papers.
Very good. Very good. The car isn't there anymore. They don't have the car. You sent it to a junkyard. Is that
No,
what you...
ma'am. No,
Where
ma'am.
is it?
The car broke down. She vandalized the car.
So where is the car now?
I don't know. The car broke down in front of the car.
I want to know the last time you saw the car. Where was
Okay,
it?
he wasn't with me the last time I saw the car.
No. When you don't,
But he was
when
there
you
the
can't
first time it
remember
broke
what
down.
I'm asking you, important things.
I remember where the car was.
The last time you
Yes,
saw
ma'am.
it.
The last time he
Shh.
saw it.
Well, then if that's not the last time it was seen, then what do I care?
Okay.
The last time I seen the car, I was on my way home I was driving the car. The car broke down on me.
Date?
The date was October 29th. I was driving the car down Saturn
And it broke down.
Yes, ma'am.
Sit. So you were driving the car the month of October. You were driving the car the month of October, if this was October 29th. Now the car broke down, he said, on October 29th.
No, ma'am. It's not. The car broke down.
I don't
Okay,
care.
ma'am, please.
I just want to know where the car is now.
Give me a second.
No.
The car broke down the same day that she gave the car back. The car broke down.
I want to know where the car is now. Is it in a junkyard? That's what he says. Is it trashed? Is it in your house? Where is it?
The last time I seen the car, I was pushing the car down South Street because the car broke down in front again. The car broke down in front of Outback Steakhouse.
I don't care.
We pushed, wait a minute. I pushed
Just
the car.
tell me where the last time is you saw the car.
I'm telling you.
I don't want a whole story. Where was it? Give me a street.
I pushed it behind Outback Steakhouse because it broke down on the highway. And so it wouldn't quite, I had to physically get out and push the car off the highway. And a couple of guys helped me push the car off the highway.
So, is that the last time you saw the car?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you take the license plates off?
No, ma'am.
You left your license plates on. Your license plates, they're attached to your name.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't believe a word you're saying.
Oh,
Judgment
my
for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,000. Your counterclaim's dismissed. We're done.
Horrible how people can manipulate the system
She did make a good decision.
and they can manipulate evidence. Nothing that she said in there was true.
Basically, everything she said was a lie. Her son was driving the car every day to work.
The contract was about the Chevy Impala. We had no contract for the Saturn Vue.
So they lied, but that's okay. I did get the money for my car, so that's good.
I asked the prosecutor not to prosecute. I told him that she got a daughter in China and she got kids in high school and she's a mother, and I didn't want to see her prosecuted.
I mean, basically, I just started crying about the situation because I could have went to jail for 350 days. You know, my kids, everything would have been gone.
You know, I just want to thank Judge Judy because, I mean, hey, it's not what happens in life, it's what you can prove. And if you can't prove an incident, then, like she said, she can't hear evidence on it. So I couldn't prove my case. I couldn't prove it.
No friendship there. I can't be friends with people like that lie, manipulate, and use people. I can't be friends with stuff like that.
Takeaway is that it's very important if you're dabbling in the business of selling used cars, whether it's 1, whether it's 15, to have some level of specificity. I mean, I saw glimpses of the contract, or what they consider to be a contract, and there's no mention of what you're contracting for. There's no name of the car. There was a little bit of specificity regarding the payments, but all of that is sort of null and void if you don't know what you're contracting for. So to have very clear, cut out what you're contracting for, what type of car, what year car, maybe throw the mileage on there for sake of a full picture, and then discuss whatever breakdown of payment you were discussing, how much it's going to be upfront, how much if you're going to allow monthly payments, what the repercussions are for not making those monthly payments. And if that's your business, like the plaintiff said, was sort of a side business for her, selling these used cars, you would think she would have sort of a boilerplate template for that sort of thing. It would have cleared up a lot of confusion that we had here today about.
You can get that online.
Yeah.
They have these things online, bills of sale for cars. You know, just fill it out. In a contract, you need an offer, an acceptance of the offer, what the offer is about, whether it's about for property, whether it's about for services, whatever it is.
And the as-is portion is very important as well, which is where you list in the contract, in that part at the bottom, sold as is or not, whatever you agree upon.
Whatever your agreement was.
Sure.
Anyway, but if the general rule is if you buy a used car, you're buying it as is. And if there's a contract, a written contract, anything outside of that written contract
usually is not allowed.
It's called puffing.
Yeah.
This car was driven by a little old lady to the Piggly Wiggly on Friday every week in Florida.
Yeah.
It had no mileage on it.
There's a reason that used car salesmen get a bad rep. It's for that sort of puffery that is allowed.
Well, that's not, and that's inadmissible.
Exactly.
It's just what's inside.
It's in the 4 corners of the contract.
Right.
So it better be good.
You know what really gets me about this case? It wasn't even the fake checks. It was the fact that this whole disaster started because an elderly woman tried to help her own family. Seriously, a great-grandmother opens a joint bank account so her teenage great-granddaughter can start building credit. That's supposed to be a proud family moment. Instead, she ends up thousands of dollars in debt. Tell me how that's fair. Now, before anyone jumps into the comments saying, she was only 18, she trusted her father. She didn't know. Hold on. Being young doesn't mean you stop using common sense. Let's think about this for 1 second. Your father has been in and out of jail. He doesn't have a regular job. Then suddenly, he walks into your house with checks written by some random woman you've never heard of. Not payroll checks, not business checks from his employer. Just random checks. And your first reaction is, cool, let's cash them. Seriously? Not one question? Not one. Who is this woman? Why is she paying you? Why isn't she paying your dad directly? Why are there multiple checks? Nothing? Come on. I'm sorry, but I can't pretend that's normal. And then after the first check bounces, you already know something is wrong. At that point, any reasonable person would say, that's it, I'm done. Instead, more checks, more money, more excuses. That's where I stopped feeling sympathy. Do I think her father manipulated her? Absolutely. Do I think he was probably the biggest villain in this story? Without question. But here's the problem. At some point, being manipulated stops being an excuse when every red flag is waving right in front of your face. And what really broke my heart was the great-grandmother. Imagine helping raise someone since they were a little kid, helping them get a bank account, trusting them enough to put your own name on it, only to wake up one day and find out your savings are gone because somebody else cashed fake checks. That's brutal. And here's another lesson people need to hear. Never co-sign anything unless you're mentally prepared to pay every single dollar yourself. I don't care if it's your son, your daughter, your grandson, your spouse, or your best friend, because banks don't care who made the mistake. If your name is on that account, congratulations. The problem belongs to you now. That's exactly what happened here. Then the family starts fighting. TVs disappear. PlayStations disappear. People stop talking to each other. Relationships are destroyed. Generations stop speaking. And all over money that should have never been touched in the first place. That's the saddest part. The money can eventually be earned again. But once family trust is gone, Sometimes it never comes back. Now, I will say one thing. I actually respect Judge Judy's approach here. She didn't treat Angelina like some evil mastermind, but she also refused to pretend she was completely innocent. Because honestly, if someone hands me 4 different checks from somebody I've never met, I'm asking questions, lots of questions, and if I don't get good answers, those checks are staying exactly where they belong, not in my bank account. So for me, I think the judge got this one right. Maybe it's a tough lesson, but sometimes tough lessons are the ones people actually remember. Now I want to hear from you guys. Who do you blame the most? The father? The great-granddaughter? Or do you think the great-grandmother made the biggest mistake by trusting family with a joint account? Drop your opinion in the comments. I read them all, and I genuinely want to know where you stand on this one. If you enjoy real courtroom reactions where I tell you exactly what I think, no sugarcoating, no fake neutrality, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and support the channel. I'll catch you in the next one.